Lockdown Christmas. King Herod has decreed that Bethlehem is in Tier 3. So Joseph, though he'd booked through Airbnb BC, reached Bethlehem and found that all the hotels there were shut. But round the back of one old inn he found a little hut. Inside, between an ox and ass, he makes a bed for Mary. It's dark and smells, and Joseph finds the whole thing pretty scary. But somehow in the dark, with this young girl, who's not his wife, he helps her bring into the world a tiny, brand new life. A little boy with round his head a ring of golden light. So Joseph says to Mary, "Are you sure that he's all right?" Out on the hills, the shepherds saw a light shine in the gloom, an angel on their laptop screen inviting them to Zoom. The angel spoke, but not a single sound the shepherds heard. They shouted out, "Unmute yourself, we cannot hear a word." The angel pressed the unmute key and said these words to them, "Go now and see the baby that's been born in Bethlehem. He's come to save the world, and you must go and give him greeting." "Hang on," the shepherds said, but the angel pressed, "Leave meeting." So in a hut in Bethlehem, the shepherds came to call. They tried to social distance, but the hut was very small. They said, "The angel sent us." I think that was the task, but her voice was rather muffled by the visor and the mask. "We would have brought a baby lamb to give you as a gift, but the sheep are all in flock down, and they're not allowed to shift. So we've sanitized this fleece as a small present for the child." And he gave it to the baby, who looked at them and smiled. And round his head a golden halo shone as bright as day. And Joseph said to Mary, "Are you sure that he's okay?" Just then 3 richly dressed old men walked in through the door. They all gave Joseph elbow bumps and sat down on the floor. They said, "We are the 3 wise men. No, 3 wise men are wiser, which is why we're wearing masks and using Pfizer sanitizer. We're 3 kings from the Orient. That's where the virus started. So we're not allowed to bring things, which makes us broken-hearted. We'd packed some frankincense and myrrh, some gold too, but somehow they all got taken from us. They'll be on eBay by now." Then Joseph lost his temper. He had not slept for a week and said, "You just barge in here. By God, you've got a cheek." The king said, "Herod said," and as you know, he's pretty strict, "we had to come. We're sorry that the presents all got nicked. We'll go now. We won't tell him. Doesn't quite seem right." And again, the baby smiled as they rode off into the night. Then Mary turned to Joseph and looked into his eyes and said, "I understand. I know all this is a surprise." And Joseph said to Mary, "Are you sure the baby's fine? That halo thing?" And Mary said, "He's good. No, he's divine. I know this epidemic thing has caused you lots of stress, and all the world is terrified. The whole thing is a mess. Then I look at our baby, and I know what he is for. I think this tiny little baby is meant to be the cure." And though Mary believed with all her heart, just to be safe, please wash your hands and stay 6 feet apart.